Hello guys, and welcome to episode 3 of my Total War Warhammer 2 playthrough, playing as the Dreadfleet on very hard difficulty. This is the Vampire Coast DLC, and today we are going to be attacking the High Elves at Val's Anvil. This is also the position where the treasure is supposed to be, so I should be able to dig for treasure. I can actually go into that stance already. Will that complete the treasure? Let's find out. It did. Okay, awesome. That has given us a great hoard of treasure, which is 2,000 in the treasury and 150 infamy. Brilliant. I like it. And I then change it back. I can actually go into encamp stance. What's no way. That's crazy. We'll do that then, we may as well. And we actually have a ship upgrade. I've waited for the population surplus. And now we can get the captain's cabin, which is worth building because I actually complete a mission which gives me 1,000 back anyway. And it also reduces the upkeep of units, so we'll start making more money. Brilliant. I guess we just end the turn then. Let's see if the High Elves come down with an army. It doesn't look like they did. No, they definitely didn't. One thing I am going to do quickly is turn up the animation speed of my own forces, because I did realise that they were moving quite slowly. It seems as though the end turn is improved. We aren't playing Mortal Empires, so there isn't as many factions, but it's good how it is so fast. But there you go, mission successful. Extra 1,000 in the treasury. What can we do now? Upgrade the portholes to the gun ports. That will allow us to get hand cannons. Don't think we're going to do that. I think I'm going to probably build something else in these construction slots, but that will actually require 4 population surplus, so we're going to have to be quite patient to do that. So what is this? The harpoon launcher. Do we need to build that? Yeah, we do. Required to achieve victory in the Vortex campaign. We are going to have to build this at some point. I'll also probably end up building the Sylvanian battlements, since the extra armor and melee defense for all units in the army is very, very nice. I'm feeling the next step here would actually be the basic wooden hull. Moving up to the wooden hull with the keel for the extra replenishment, and then we can get the Necrofex Colossus when we get to rank 5 here. It requires 4 and 5 population surplus. Maybe if we save the population surplus, we could just, you know, build these first, get the great cabin and the sea cabin going. Why not? And then start building the extra stuff afterwards, because then at least we can just build whatever we want and max it out sooner than later. Seems like a plan. We have 1 right available. Oh, that's the Curse of the Sea Mist. Time to attack Val's Anvil anyway. Let's jump into normal stance, and off we go. This is going to be relatively simple. Spearmen and archers are what we're up against, and I think we've got more than enough to overwhelm them, so let's fight this on the battle map. So how do we siege with this army? Or how do we assault, I should probably say. Because it's not like we have archers, so we can't just pepper them with arrows on the walls, like I would do with, say, the Wood Elves. We have direct fire, which requires our gunners to be on the walls in the first place, which is going to be very difficult. I think this is going to be a pretty tough fight. I doubt my mortar can sit in range without being shot at by towers. So we are going to have to bear that in mind. Although saying that, I might be able to have it on the corner where the towers are facing away. That could be a plan, because the towers only face or fire forwards. So if I have the cannons here, or the mortars here, we can still fire at the walls without being hit by the towers. There you go. Right, let's have this smash down the gate then. We'll have Noctilus run for the gate. Not sure what I want to do with the gunnery wight. Have a look at him actually. There's a new unit that we haven't actually seen. Pretty rotted. Nice. What about the halberd infantry? Okay. Pretty cool. And the guys with bombs. Okay, so they're like grenades. And of course the mortar over here just looks like a mortar. What a surprise. Okay. So let's have the depth guard climb. I'm going to have basically all of my melee forces climb. Going from left to right. And then I think I'll just have the gunnery mob like shoot up at the walls initially, but I don't actually expect them to do too much. What's the radius on this guy? It's actually pretty big, so that's good. We'll start the deployment, start the battle. Off we go. Get the gunnery mob to move forwards. Have him in the middle. Then we need to have Noctilus knocking on the gates with the Necrofax Colossus. Gonna move the mortar into range on this side. These bombers, let's try and get them up on the walls as well. Oh, the depth guard taking a lot of damage. Not very good. Let's invocate them. Okay, these guys need to be closer. Alright, let's see how much damage we actually do fighting or firing up onto the walls. I doubt it's going to be much. It did more than I actually expected it to do. Okay, those mortar shells are hella inaccurate. Right, the depth guard have got over. We're going to be engaging the archers. Those archers will get slaughtered by depth guard. How's the gate doing? 71%. The Necrofax is blowing holes in the door. Probably going to end up with quite a lot of friendly fire, if I'm honest, but the idea is going to be like actually get inside the settlement soon. So I'm going to start moving these guys forwards. Alright, Noctilus can move on through. Now this guy, move on through. That's certainly an entrance. I can't give them the invocation because they're on the wall. That sucks. Can we just head straight to the center? I kind of feel like we can. Saying that I do need to get past these spearmen, which I don't think is going to happen anytime soon. I like how they're all bunching up though. It's going to make things a lot easier for me to control. Yeah, this spearman unit is getting wrecked. Maybe I should have had the gunnery mob try and climb up over here or something, rather than come through the gates. But that is some nice hits there from the mortar, that's for sure. Juicy. So how does this work? It's a missile, apparently. I'm guessing you need like line of sight to use it. Some nice hits there again from the mortar. Unfortunately, I don't think the Necrofex is doing as much as it probably could do. I'm going to move it back. And I'm going to just give it a ranged order. Right, can I get bombs into this engagement, I wonder? I really hope I route these guys, because then I could get the gunners to the middle. Gee, I might just be able to capture the settlement with the Necrofex. I didn't think about that. Maybe we could just go and do that. Oh, here comes the bombs. Oh, nice. That did really well. That did really, really well. I'm gonna do a little bit of friendly fire, sure, but that basically won me the day. Brilliant. I'll take it. And the battle there for the close victory. Very nice. So I think we are going to have problems, for sure, in the future with the use of our gunners there. Especially assaulting settlements, at least. But those bombers surprised me, for sure. And it kind of gave me an idea that I might be able to use like a line of these deckhands with like a line of bombers behind them, and then like just throw bombs into the front line just constantly. That was a job well done. Loot gained, not crazy amount. Shall we sack this first?
We will be avenged.
I feel like I should sack it first. Oh, we got 15 physical resistance. Very nice. And I'm then going to jump into the camp stance, so we get the replenishment, and we will raise it next turn.
They were nothing.
Great. And the good thing about having those buildings in our main settlement is that we can global recruit the scurvy dogs and mortars and stuff. We found another treasure map. They're both on the far side. All the way over here. Really not ideal. It's like where the Tomb Kings are. Let's move on to the next turn. Population surplus, once again, at the Galleon's Graveyard. Means it's set to upgrade. Having both sort of the population on our armies and also at our home base, it's really awesome. Like having the whole Horde-style gameplay alongside actual settlements is really interesting. Could I actually have taken Val's Anvil? Didn't actually look. But mission issued. Ensure that one of the following buildings have been constructed. The Maelstrom. Master, Galleon's Graveyard attracts all the dead of the sea to it. You should utilize this wealth of resources and expand and fortify your settlement in the Maelstrom. Right, let's go to the settlement then. Is that the upgrade? It is, okay. That quest, which would give us 1,000. Oh no, that's not the right one. That's the one. It would give us 1,000. We'll pay back a third of the cost. So we may as well build that. Right, as for Count Noctilus, time for him to knock on the door of Val's Anvil again. Poor inhabitants didn't see this coming. I might just auto-resolve this time. We did lose a unit of deckhands mob, that kind of sucks. But overall we didn't lose too many. I think I'm just going to raise this. Is there really much point in taking settlements? I'm not sure there is. It might just be worth trying to go for the coves.
We do not fear death.
Let's raise it. And in the place of the zombie pirate deckhand mobs, we're going to want to build something else. I might pick up another unit of bombers because they were pretty damn cool. And I enjoyed using them. But we don't actually want to build them yet, since I do want to move out with Count Noctilus a little bit if I can. Oh, we can't move because he's raised, never mind. So we may as well build. Cool. That's done. Noctilus has leveled up. Let's max out Freebooter. Or actually we could put maybe a couple of points into Sea Dogs instead, because that's only like a 3% upgrade on the post-battle loot. Then we get go on account. Then we can go towards combing and preservative. Then we can get Black Flag. You'll also get the lightning strike, I think. This combination is just really strong. Because the more armies I have, the better at the end of the day. Right, Rich Wake. I think we're going to give Deadeyes the passive abilities. Probably better for the time being. One less thing to forget. We have a third map. Riddle of the Beast. A riddle to find a beast of riddles. Walk the steps of the scavenger's roost that stands within the snake's trail. Okay. Let's go ahead and end the turn. Kalidor is actually going to be heading down. But hopefully we can just slowly move towards Kalidor's repose, and we will have the ability to just encamp along the way. I could also like raid my way there. Since we're not in an enemy territory, we wouldn't get any money, so there's not really much point. Now, supplies adrift. The sight of wrecked ships is nothing new for a seasoned pirate, but this particular one heralds a welcome surprise. Packed to the keel with brand new weapons, armour and gunpowder, this ship's cargo is several times the size of our own. However, some supplies will have to be left behind. What should we loot from the ship? So fodder no more, extra melee attack and armour for melee infantry, or gun line, which is extra range for missile units and reload time reduction. I think we'll get the gun line. Time to move out. Gonna just keep the population surplus for the time being. How much movement do I need to encamp? I think I can go like 100, can't I? Yeah, I think I can go like all the way.
Burn the coastlines. Slaughter the lambs.
And then encamp. Yeah, we don't need 50% movement. That's really, really broken. Because every time we stop moving, we get the extra leadership and melee defense. Like, I don't mind that being a thing, but I think they should probably take away the melee defense and leadership that you get from encamping as Count Noctilus and other lords, I presume. That's interesting. Like, that's really strong. Oh well. Can't complain for now. Makes the campaign easier. One thing I do need to do that I haven't already is get first mate put in as the follower. I should have done that before my battle with the high elves, but it's fine. We won anyway. Oh, hello, Lothan. Please don't attack me. Maybe they're going to go and pick up Val's anvil, since we destroyed it. But I think the way that we're going to get through this campaign is just by destroying the factions we go to war with one by one. And yeah, other factions may go and pick up the pieces, but as long as we have the money and the pirate coves, I think we're fine. Let's go and destroy Calador's Repose. It doesn't have walls, so should be quite an easy battle. Especially with the forces that we do have.
No need to beg. Wipe them out.
He says.
Back to the river.
How does that have such a good garrison?
Kill or be destroyed, minions.
Oh, it has like the level 1 walls, but not the level 2 walls.
Dead.
Or like the level 1 garrison building, sorry. Just no walls. They have Lothan Sea Guard. Sucks. At least we have like an abundance of ranged forces ourselves, so you know, it's not like they can take advantage of that. Let's fight this on the battle map. We are committed now. Just got to decide whether or not I sack it, or whether or not I raise it. If I sack it, then I'll have to attack the settlement again with like a half replenished army, which would kind of suck. Actually, if I sack it, I guess it would remove the walls. So it should be easier the second time round, like a lot easier. Or in this case, it would delete the garrison building. So there won't be those extra units that I would otherwise have to face. Right, well, pretty much a choke point battle. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to go about this. I think I'm just going to have all my dudes nice and bunched up like this, and we'll sort them out after the battle starts. Camp for more wins. This is only on 10. And we will start the deployment, start the battle. I've actually got quite a lot out of that. That's quite nice. Yeah, we'll move forwards like this. I think they can like shoot over each other's shoulders quite well, so we can keep these pretty tight. Which 4 units did I choose to use? Okay, these two. These lot can go there. That's fine. They're going to come towards us because we have the artillery. I didn't think about that. Oh well. We're all good. Let's continue. I think all my units are moving into position. Actually, they're not coming towards us. This is a good thing, because it means I can set up my lines better. So we will do it my way.
Lurching. Moving. Go. Moving. Landslabber. Ah. Lurching.
Right, that'll have to do.
Gunnery mob. Ahoy. Bones and flesh. Go. Need flesh.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's get my mortar up. We'll start hammering their range units.
I never give up! Oh!
At once. Gunnery mob. Yar.
Okay, what I need to do is make sure that my units aren't skirmishing.
We serve. On way. Gunnery mob.
Okay, that is fine. There is an eagle. We can probably shoot that to death. That is fine. Shoot the Illyrian Reaver archers. Cool. And let's heal up any units that are getting quite low. Let's try out this thing, the cackle fruit. No, it's shit. Okay, that's good to know. Oh, my bombers are nowhere near on either side. Whoops. Have Noctilus kill the Great Eagle. We'll have a pretty good advantage versus those.
Above deck. Yeah.
Right, my bombers are in position. Let's just melt the Silverhelms. Or actually, we could probably just run and attack the Lodden Sea Guard. They can throw them really far. I didn't realise that. Okay, let's heal up these guys. Dude, let's throw them at these spearmen.
Above deck.
That's it. Job done.
Count Noctilus.
This will just end it straight away, more or less. No point in waiting. settlement battle and all. 520 losses isn't too bad. Considering their army composition, like those Lothern Sea Guard are pretty scary. Thankfully, my Necrofex is picking up the slack, and so is the mortar. I think in battles with like a lot of infantry, the bombers will do really, really well. In this battle, I think having like a lot of gunners was nice as well. I've already got a lot of experience actually. Alright, yeah, we'll sack that. And that should have deleted the garrison building. Then what we can do is jump into the encamp stance again. Can we do the dig for treasure again? We can. We may as well do that like every turn, because I think it gives us experience. Let's get Sea Dogs upgraded. This guy can get Enchanted Ballistics. And we're all good. Let's just hope that Tyrion doesn't attack us, because otherwise we're dead. Simple as that. Let's move on to the next turn. Oh. Okay. Sure. I didn't realise they were at war with each other. That's fine by me. It's a bit awkward that I'm kind of just camping in their lands, but whatever. Saves me the job of raising it. It does kind of get annoying that I don't get the infamy from raising it, but you still get infamy from winning the battles in the first place, I think. A plan of action. The night sky bleeds purple. The wind of Shyish is strong, instilling the crew with the newfound vigour and strength. Now is the time for action, for conquest, and for using this magical boon to our advantage. Should we control the seas or turn our attention to new lands? I think the extra casualty replenishment rate, plus 20%, is really nice at the moment. I don't necessarily need the campaign map movement range, but I do need to replenish my forces sooner than later. So that is what we're going to do. We have a mission issued. Ensure that the following buildings have been constructed. Desolate Shoal, Smuggler's Jetty, or Armory of the Soulless. I'm assuming those are ones... Yeah, I'm assuming those are buildings built in the pirate coves. Got there in the end. Carry on. We shall go into encamp stance again. They have a couple of big armies there. That's a bit scary. Might be worth merging some of these units and getting some refreshed ones. Like these, for example. Sucks that I'm getting rid of the pole arms, but we need to make sure that we're prepared. That makes the army quite a bit stronger, because my front line will hold longer. We do have a ship upgrade. Not sure why they're carrying the ship around with them, but we can move on to the sea cabin, so that might be something worth doing. Unless I get the basic wooden hull now. No, let's go for the sea cabin, because the pirate growth continues to increase when you build these buildings, so it's going to be 16 a turn now instead of 12. And eventually that will just allow me to upgrade the ship as much as I want. But unfortunately, guys, it has been my time. So I'm going to leave it here. In the next episode, I think we'll try and wipe out Calador. And then we will pick our next target. Hopefully somebody with more ports, because at the moment, we're not really taking advantage of the fact we are pirates. There we go. That's all for now. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.